back to the Sophia D Radio Show. We are still celebrating our 14th year anniversary with the one and only Ben Hall, owner of Big Ben's Desserts. Y'all better come over here, get your sweet tooth on. Listen, just drink a lot of water, you'll be all right. Okay, because this is so good. Like, the banana pudding is amazing. I've never had. My grandmas are not watching because I got to say and they will.
Don't get me in trouble.
It's his fault. I ain't never had no banana pudding. Like, I didn't mean to call you out. I ain't never had no banana pudding that good before.
Compliment, I'll take it.
I love you, Grandma Dodie and Della. Y'all are the greatest women in my life, and you've taught me a lot. But and y'all's banana pudding is great. Like, I need to be quiet because they might be watching this.
Don't stir that up because I don't want no problems.
Ben,
Mm-hmm.
let's talk about entrepreneurship for a hot minute.
Okay.
So a part of entrepreneurship and being a business owner sometimes involves us being mentors in the community and providing guidance to the next generation. How have mentors influenced you in your journey, and what advice would you give an aspiring baker that wants to be in the industry? I know you talked about, a little bit in the prior episode about what people in the community have done for you, but what advice could you give one who wants to start baking, especially a black man?
Okay. Mentorship, when we talk about mentorships, a wise man once told me it's like the teacher will appear when you're ready, right? The master will appear when you're ready. And I found that to be very educating because sometimes we reach out or we think somebody's supposed to help us prematurely. Sometimes we have to lay a foundation for somebody to be able to give you their time and energy. And you have to make it worth their while as far as understanding that you're committed. I think most people just look to see if you're really into this. Is this something you're really trying to grow and do before I start giving you this time, energy, and wisdom? Shout out to the community of Spartanburg County for putting a lot of good programs. Power Up Spartanburg. That's one of the things that I've gotten involved with that has helped me with the mentorship. A lot of great people have came together to help you with different things on, just learning a lot of little things that you think you didn't know. When you quit your job with $800 to your name and start a business, you don't know a lot of stuff. You know how to pay bills and kind of sell product, but there's a lot of things when it comes to learning your books, learning your finances, learning how to make things make sense on paper. So they've given me a lot of help with those type of things. So mentorship is very important. And I've had people that I've just met along my journey, man. A lot of great people that have been successful in their fields and in business in general that I've just randomly connected with that have given me some advice. If it came to me giving advice to entrepreneurs, or especially a young baker that may be a black man himself looking to get into the baking industry, I would just say, make sure that you're in a position to learn, right? Because a lot of things, what we do, sometimes we think we can know it all.
Yeah.
We think we want to do it our way. And when it comes to baking, it is very unique. It is one of those things where you want to keep your hands on to where you're not just copying somebody else's recipe, right? So there's a lot of freedom in baking. However, there's a lot of principles in baking that you just can't ignore.
Yeah.
So you have to be ready for those type of things and learn to listen and apply. It's different. Obviously, I didn't know anybody to look up to. I didn't know another black baker to look up to when I got started. So, I'm happy to be one, but I didn't have one that I knew personally or that could look on TV or anything. I didn't even know a lot of people that baked from a standpoint of like that's what they do for a living. You had an aunt that, a great aunt that baked custard pies around the holidays and things of that nature, but nobody in my family was just hooking up a cake every other weekend or something. So baking wasn't really popular in my family. So I would say be committed to what you're doing, and if you can be committed to what you're doing, and I always tell people, I learned from a guy named Inky Johnson that spoke about commitment. He said staying committed means staying true to what you said you were going to do long after the mood that you set it in has left. And I thought that was very powerful. It really changed my life because it made me realize, like, no matter what side of the bed you wake up on, bacon doesn't care. It's one of those things to where it's going to make you get it together, because if you miss one ingredient, one egg, or that temperature's wrong, that whole recipe is wrong. So it made me understand that I had to be committed, and I had to go through the process of the failures and just the learning, because bacon can really throw you for some loops. So I would just say the advice to them is make sure it's something you want to do, and then make sure that you're 100% committed to that process. And I can't see you failing.
Yeah. Let's talk about economics.
Okay.
Economic challenges can be very difficult for Black small business owners because there are a couple of disparities that some Black business owners go through, especially when they're trying to get started. Credit is a big issue. Finances could be another big issue. But how do you stay relevant and innovative in functioning your economics with Big Ben's Desserts without giving out, too many numbers or anything?
Well, first, I'd be the first to say that I didn't really know any of that when I first started baking. It was one of them things where, like I said, you grow into it. You run into the problem or you hit the wall, and then it's like, oh man, I didn't know this was an issue. But you really have to stay ahead of the game. I think the biggest thing is understanding the process of your specific business. A lot of business have a lot of similarities, especially when it comes to the economics of it. So it's a lot of similarities of it, but I think you have to just make it a point to, you know how you start working on certain areas, like you say, this is what I'm going to start doing first. Like, I guess when you build a house, you definitely have to start with the foundation, and if you don't start with a good foundation, it don't matter how beautiful the house is, it's going to fall down. So I think a lot of people do that in business, where they want to just make money, or worry about, look at me, I got a business, versus actually diving into those core things when you talk about economics and credit. So I think for me, it was one of those things I had to get to a point where I started locking in on each thing. Like, hey, this year I'm going to start working on credit. This year I'm going to start working on learning what my books mean, learning what QuickBooks and things of that nature. And so I think it's just a matter of zooming in on specifically what the challenges are that you face, and then making a commitment to, hey, I'm going to work on fixing this. I'm going to work on attacking this area and learning it, because in a business you have to wear many hats. And that can be very challenging for everyone, because you got to wear this hat, you got to wear this hat. But the key is learning how to balance those things by saying what's the most important at the time. And I used to always tell people, hey, if I don't bake these cakes, none of this stuff matters, right? So I had to learn how to not only focus on making a good product, but I had to say, okay, now if I don't make these cakes, none of this matters. But now that I'm making the cakes, if I don't get these finances in order, none of it matters. So I had to start putting the level of importance on every single area of the economics.
You talked about this a little bit, so I'm just going to ask that you go into a little bit more detail. What role does your cultural representation play in your business, and how do you incorporate your personal experiences into your products and your brand? I know that's a packful question.
I think you just kind of, the main thing is, I think you want to always keep a level of authenticity with whatever you're doing, because I think a lot of people can get away from being authentic thinking it's going to hurt them. I love to look at it the opposite way, because I've always been a people person. I've always loved people. I've always had just a personality that, I could talk to anybody from a guy on the street to the president of the United States, and you have to be well-rounded. But I think you have to just keep that, your personality, heavily involved into your business, because it's what's going to make you want to do it. Once you start getting away from who you are, the less and less exciting your business is. But if you keep your DNA heavily involved in what you're doing, the main thing I tell people is you're gonna get people that gravitate to you and what you do. You want to separate yourself. You can't separate yourself if you're trying to be like somebody else or trying to do what everybody else is doing. So my main thing, I remember when I first started baking, I was thinking that I had to start doing a lot of fondant cakes and a lot of over-the-top decorations to get people's attention, and I was learning that stuff, but I realized it wasn't fun. It was like work, and I was losing interest in it. So I just simply said, you know what? I like chocolate cake. I like a good strawberry shortcake. I like a good yellow chocolate cake. And I just got back to the simplicities of what I like and what I grew up on. Like I grew up on that classic yellow chocolate cake, right? And that's what they used to really call a chocolate cake. And so I just started learning, like, what did you like growing up, Ben? What type of cake did you like? What made you smile? And, you know, banana pudding and chocolate cake. And so I just stayed true to my core of what I like and just, you know, just allowed the people that like the same things that I like to come and enjoy it with me, so to speak. Instead of trying to bend over backwards just to please everybody, I said, hey, I'm going to invite you into my world and let you experience the things that I like doing. And I think that's where I found the most success, is because people love when you are a fan of your own work.
Yeah.
You know, one of my sayings is, nobody loves my desserts more than me. And I can't wait to grab something on my way out of here when we leave. So that's what I like, is just staying true to who you are.
I'm gonna get a banana pudding, by the way. Let's put that out there, okay? Talking about staying true to your core. What's your legacy?
Oh man, I really can't answer that in like just one. It's so much that you want to do, right? Like when God keeps expanding your business and expanding your vision, you think you know what your legacy is, and then God shifts you to another situation, because like I said, at one point football was all I knew, and I made it to the highest level of football, and then everything shifted, right? So it was like, if you'd asked me this question years ago, I probably mentioned something about football. And now it's getting to the point where now I actually just want to leave a inspiration to people more than physical things. I want to inspire someone with my journey, right? So I want them to just be able to look at my life and say, man, don't ever give up, or don't ever turn the gas off. Meaning, you know, I could have played football and got to the NFL and then lived off of that for the rest of my life, right? Like I could have said, hey, I'm Ben, I went to the NFL, I played at Clemson, how you doing? But that hunger in me to want to still show more in me, it's been very powerful for my nieces and nephews to look up and see their uncle do something great, right? Whether it was football, now my nephews can look at me and say they want to go to the NFL, but they can see, touch, and feel somebody that has done it, right? So it gives them more strength to say, hey, I can do that too, my uncle did it.
Yeah.
So owning a business, when they're able to walk in and see their uncle owning a business, now they don't have to question whether they can do it or not. They can see, touch, feel, and talk to somebody who's doing it, and it's their uncle. So it gives them a sense of pride and confidence that, hey, I can open an ice cream shop one day. My uncle did. So when you talk legacy, I think it's more just wanting to leave a deep footprint of inspiration. You know, people talk about leaving wealth and stuff, and I believe in that. It's great, but I believe in leaving the blueprint, because money can come and go, but the knowledge and the wisdom and the blueprint on how to get it is forever, right? And that's what means the most to me, is leaving a footprint of inspiration and understanding of how to get that. And I haven't written it yet, but it's a book that I know will one day help others and many people around the world. But it's going to be called Big Ben's Recipe for Success, and it's going to be a blueprint of just basically the knowledge and wisdom and what faith really means, right? Because I think people, when they talk business, a lot of people can leave out that faith part, and it's like that's your number one ingredient.
When he publishes the book, he'll be back on the show. So we're going to dive into that for sure. Okay, so with everything you have going on, I don't really know what order you want to put this in, but let the people know how they can come to the shop, how they can book you, how they can get you for catering, how they can follow you on social media. How can they just get a hold of Ben Hall?
Okay, well, main thing, Big Ben's Desserts is like my signature for everything. Like I always, and it's not even being cocky, but I just tell people, hey, Google Big Ben's Desserts, and a lot of things will start to come up from just, you know, my website is one of the main sources, bigbensdesserts.com, and that literally has a blueprint of how to get me to book me for speaking engagements, radio interviews, or interviews in general. It gives you the location of the shop. It gives you everything you need to know. That website is going to have everything. But across social media, everything is Big Ben's Desserts, whether that's Facebook, Instagram, and I don't have a Twitter or anything else. So it's really Facebook and Instagram. And of course, my name is Ben Hall if you're looking for my personal page, anything like that. But and the crazy part is we really don't advertise as much. We love word of mouth. We love when people come and test our product and simply just share it with somebody else versus, you know, screaming from the mountaintop like, hey, come here. And trust me, we love come all, you know, to come visit, but we're mainly just a personal connection type business. We love when people have, you know, word of mouth experience or someone that they trust says, you gotta go to Big Ben's. And we love when they come in and someone in their family or close friends have said, I had to come visit this place.
I want to challenge y'all. Go back and watch Ben's first interview.
Oh Lord.
When he came on the Sophya radio show in 2017. Now that was under our old brand. So you had to do a little bit of digging, okay? Because there's a disclaimer. This interview was a part of the old brand. Okay, watch the growth. Like this is some true inspiration. Watch the growth from Ben in 2017 when he was baking out of his house to today. I cannot make this stuff up. This is pure authenticity. And then I just want to say congratulations.
I want to congratulate you too, man. It's a beautiful just connecting again and again and again, and watching us both grow as we grow our platforms and our businesses and things. And that's a beautiful feeling. And I look forward, like you said, to sitting down again and talking because, and this time I'll have some, you know, desserts and stuff for us to try. Let's do it that way.
We ain't doing all that.
Taste test. New products. We're gonna put a whole new line out. And we're going to sit here and try it.
Listen, I'm about to go back into my PR role really quick. Hi, yes, thank you for your questions. Listen, 4th of July is coming up. Bump that, hold on. We just passed Juneteenth. 4th of July is coming up. You know you still have your family reunions coming up. Birthday parties. Come get your desserts at Big Ben's Desserts here in Lyman, South Carolina. It is the best authenticity, the best sugar. It's probably sugar we get out of Publix, but you don't need to know all that. Listen, you ain't never had a banana pudding like that. You ain't never had a red velvet cake like that. Key lime pie, you know you like that in the summertime because it's hot. You need a little citrus in your life, baby. Come to Big Ben's Desserts. I don't know how I'm doing with this. Come to Big Ben's Desserts and get your sweet tooth boo. It is Ben Hall, Big Ben's Dessert on the Sophia D radio show. It's our 14th year anniversary, y'all. I don't care what you say. I'm putting it in your face. We are going to watch and listen. My brother, DJ Brown, featuring Cubit Black, Thoughts. You don't want to miss anything we got going on. 14 years, Sophia D radio. Ben Hall, y'all. I'm about to go get my banana pudding. Talk about me if you want to. I got my water, baby. Come for me.
What they do. We got a question, who got our back? Even in your own circle. Listen, struggling, trying to find my way in, making sure my peace is never fading. Enemies disguised as friends, you know frenemies. Some be blood, but nah, you ain't no kin to me. They be the ones that turn their back, sitting on their throne while they left. I thought it was you and me, we be family. But thank you, blood, nah, you ain't no kin to me. Motivation, yeah, you gave that. Yeah, I survived all those weak attacks. Try to take me out of my misery. You my blood, but nah, you ain't no kin to me. In my bag, I'm in my zone. For the win, swish, Mamba mode. From under you, free, I got my liberty. Thank you, blood, but nah, you ain't no kin to me. Ring, ring, ring. Getting calls back to back. they be like, Beethoven, please, I need that track. I know you wish that you were real to me. Nah, not no can to me. Ahead of my time, I'm about to pass you twice. You see me, then you see me, don't act surprised. I might be crazy, kinda, sorta, maybe. We fair. Nah, you ain't no kin to me. It's crazy, yeah. Yeah. Back again, yeah. Round 2, in this ring, it's me and you, yeah. After these bars, don't want no beef, yeah. You still can't be no kin to me. Got my brother, Cupid Black. He's my muscle, gotta hold him back. He got Smoke's recipe for your energy. Yeah, that nigga's kin to me. Yeah.
Big man in that big 3, that's why they don't say shit to me. Like the AK, I won't spray to the point finger that trigger me. Stand on business, no lacking. Smack them, that's what happens. Get up on your microphones, cause they released the Kraken. We ain't gotta be friends, keep it cultural. Make it worth your bond and we can see how all the rest could go. You'll regret it if I grab it. Don't make this thing go tragic. I don't rock with most niggas, cause most niggas is hoe niggas. Slow niggas and broke niggas can't stand the damn down low niggas. Whoa, so don't you ever